Another question for the panel. Could you comment briefly on the beloved community of Dr. King and how this applies today to these issues that we are discussing right now?
Can I talk about it? Because I just wrote about it.
Yeah. All yours.
Because in my new book, The Spirit of Justice, there's a whole chapter called Beyond the Quotable King.
Yeah.
We all have these little sound bites of King, and yet he was a prolific speaker, obviously, more than just the I Have a Dream speech. And by the way, even in the I Have a Dream speech is very subversive. Read the beginning, and not just the part about not the color of their skin, but the content of their character. And also, his views on militarism and war, his views on economics and poverty. But to that question of the beloved community, the last chapter of the book talks about 4 virtues that I think tie together these over 50 people who I profile in the book across 4 centuries of U.S. history. Those 4 virtues are faith, courage, resilience, and imagination. So when I think of the beloved community, that is an act of theological imagination. Or even the phrase, I have a dream. So what's happening is, as people of faith, we describe in truth the current reality, which is also often a grim picture. But we also have a constructive vision of what could be, an imagination of what might be if we enact these things. And I think that is critically important right now, that we have a clear picture of a society, of a nation that is healthy, that honors and loves and respects everyone, as well as what churches look like when they live that out. Here's your book recommendation for the night yet again. If you want to read more about the beloved community, read King's last book. Where do we go from here? Chaos or community? Where do we go from here? And he lays out what he means by beloved community. But the point here is it is an act of theological imagination, and it is so important because oppression suppresses imagination. Yeah. Because you can only be concerned about survival, about what's happening right now. And so what we need to enact justice is this theological imagination that says, what does a beloved community look like? What does that dream community look like? And so I think it's very profound all the time, but especially in these times of uncertainty.
Yeah. I'm going to add one quick caveat to this. So, whenever I've been in predominantly white Christian circles and we end up talking about things like reconciliation and previous question, beloved community, I do find that one of the things that white Christians and I think particularly progressive white Christians want to reach for that vision of that end vision of community, and we'll put our arms around each other and we'll all be reconciled, and just open your jacket there. Justice takes sides, right? The thing for King, the beloved community never came without justice, right? And I think for white Christians, there's a pathway, like we want to get so quickly to that mountaintop of reconciliation, right, where we all feel better. But we forget that there is no path to that mountain of reconciliation that doesn't go through the valley of truth-telling and repair.
That's good.
Right? And we want to skip the truth-telling and repair part. And that's, I think, the harder part for us. And one quick quip, I know we're running short of time, I want to make sure we get to another question. But if there's one thing I would recommend to progressive, or really any white, predominantly white Christian space, is that you stop reading King's speech with the kind of we'll all, kind of hold hands together and that kind of thing, and you read Letter from Birmingham Jail, right? No more mountaintop, Letter from Birmingham Jail, because there's what he has to say about where the white Christian church really was, right? And a kind of challenge that has about justice, and the prerequisite to getting to the beloved community is that piece.
Amen. Yeah.